announcer. He spent nearly a year preparing for fatherhood until one ultrasound date made everything fall apart. Today, in Judge Judy's courtroom, accusations of deception, fake pregnancy claims, and manipulated medical records lead to one explosive question. Was there ever a baby at all? Bailiff, Bird. Order! All rise! Judge Judy enters. Judge Judy, thank you. You may be seated. Calling the case of Harper versus Monroe announcer, 31-year-old Ethan Harper is suing his ex-fiancée, 28-year-old Vanessa Monroe, for $8,500 after he claims she faked an entire pregnancy, manipulated him emotionally for nearly 8 months, and accepted thousands of dollars in financial support under false pretenses. Judge Judy. Mr. Harper, you're suing Ms. Monroe for $8,500. Why? Ethan exhales slowly. Ethan, because none of it was real. The courtroom becomes quiet. Judge Judy. That's a dramatic sentence. Explain. Ethan, last year, Vanessa told me she was pregnant. She said we were having a baby together. I believed her completely. Judge Judy. How long had you been together? Ethan. Almost 2 years. Judge Judy. Living together? Ethan. Yes, Your Honor. Judge Judy. And when she told you she was pregnant? Ethan laughs bitterly. Ethan. I cried. I was excited. I called my parents the same night. Vanessa lowers her eyes. Judge Judy. Did you show him a pregnancy test? Vanessa. Yes, Judge Judy, a real one. Vanessa immediately. Yes. Judge Judy raises an eyebrow. Judge Judy. That answer came very fast. Small laughter in gallery. Judge Judy. Quiet! Judge Judy. Mr. Harper, after she told you she was pregnant, what happened? Ethan. Everything changed. I started working overtime. We moved into a larger apartment. I paid deposits for a nursery. Bought furniture, doctor visits, baby clothes. Judge Judy. Did you attend medical appointments? Ethan pauses. Ethan. At first, she always had excuses. Judge Judy? Like? Ethan? COVID restrictions. Last-minute reschedules. Her mother already drove her. Stuff like that. Judge Judy. And you accepted this for 8 months? Ethan looks embarrassed. Ethan! I trusted her. Judge Judy. Trust without verification is how people end up in my courtroom. Vanessa shifts uncomfortably. Judge Judy. Miss Monroe, were you pregnant? Vanessa hesitates. Vanessa, I believed I was. Judge Judy instantly leans forward. Judge Judy. That is not the question I asked. Silence. Judge Judy. Were you pregnant? Vanessa quietly. No. A stunned murmur spreads through the courtroom. Judge Judy. Quiet! Ethan stares straight ahead, jaw tight. Judge Judy. So for clarity, there was never a pregnancy? Vanessa wipes her eyes. Vanessa. No. Judge Judy removes her glasses slowly. Judge Judy. Then this courtroom just became much more interesting. Judge Judy. Mr. Harper, when did you first realize something was wrong? Ethan reaches into a folder. Ethan. 3 weeks before the supposed due date, Bird takes documents to the bench. Judge Judy. What am I looking at? Ethan. An ultrasound image she sent me. Judge Judy studies it carefully. Judge Judy. She flips the page, then suddenly pauses. Judge Judy. Interesting. The courtroom becomes still. Judge Judy. Miss Monroe? Why was this ultrasound dated 3 months before you claimed you discovered the pregnancy? Vanessa freezes. Ethan looks toward her slowly. Vanessa, I don't remember. Judge Judy. I do. It says it right here. Judge Judy taps the paper. Judge Judy. The image timestamp predates your announcement by 92 days. The gallery murmurs loudly. Judge Judy. Quiet! Ethan. That's when I started digging. Judge Judy. What did you find? Ethan. The clinic name on the ultrasound belonged to a facility in another state. Judge Judy looks up sharply. Judge Judy. Another state? Ethan. Yes. We live in Ohio. The clinic was in Arizona. Judge Judy turns toward Vanessa. Judge Judy, have you ever been to Arizona? Vanessa quietly. No. Judge Judy. Then we already have a problem. Judge Judy. Where did the ultrasound come from? Vanessa says nothing. Judge Judy. Ms. Monroe, silence is not helping you. Vanessa starts crying. Vanessa, I found it online. A collective gasp spreads across the courtroom. Judge Judy closes her eyes briefly. Judge Judy. You found an ultrasound photo online? Vanessa nods weakly. Judge Judy. And sent it to your fiancé pretending it was your child? Vanessa whispers. Yes. Ethan shakes his head slowly. Ethan, I framed that picture in our apartment. Silence. Judge Judy. Why? Vanessa breaks down emotionally. Vanessa. Because I thought he was going to leave me. Judge Judy. So your solution was fraud. Vanessa. No, Judge Judy interrupts immediately. Judge Judy. Do not soften this with emotional wording. You fabricated a pregnancy. Vanessa cries harder. Vanessa. Things were falling apart between us. Ethan was distant. He worked constantly. I panicked. Judge Judy. People panic every day. Most do not invent human beings. The gallery reacts. Judge Judy. Quiet. Ethan, quietly. He painted a nursery. The courtroom softens instantly. Ethan. I spent 3 weekends building a crib with my dad. Vanessa covers her mouth crying. Ethan. My mother knitted baby blankets. His voice cracks slightly. Ethan. I picked out names. Silence spreads through the room. Judge Judy watches carefully. Ethan. Every decision I made for almost a year revolved around a child that never existed. Judge Judy. Did anyone else know the truth? Vanessa hesitates. Judge Judy. That pause concerns me. Vanessa quietly. My sister knew. The courtroom erupts again. Judge Judy. Quiet! Judge Judy. Your sister knowingly participated in this deception? Vanessa. She told me to come clean. Judge Judy. But she still attended the gender reveal party according to these photographs. Bird hands over additional photos. Judge Judy flips through them slowly. Judge Judy. My goodness. Judge Judy holds up one image. Judge Judy. Mr. Harper spent money on a rented venue. Decorations? Catering? Ethan. Almost $3,000. Judge Judy. For a fake baby shower. Vanessa lowers her head in shame. Judge Judy. Miss Monroe. Did you ever intend to confess? Vanessa whispers. Yes. Judge Judy. When? Vanessa says nothing. Judge Judy. Exactly. Judge Judy. Mr. Harper. What finally exposed everything? Ethan takes a breath. Ethan. She told me she had an emergency appointment while I was at work. Judge Judy. And? Ethan. Something felt off. So I called the clinic myself to ask if she was okay. Judge Judy raises an eyebrow. Judge Judy. Smart man? Ethan. The receptionist says that no patient by Vanessa's name had ever been treated there. The courtroom goes dead silent. Judge Judy slowly turns toward Vanessa. Judge Judy. That must have been an awkward phone call. Vanessa wipes tears silently. Ethan. When I confronted her, she admitted everything after about 10 minutes. Judge Judy. 10 minutes longer than necessary. Small laughter breaks tension briefly. Judge Judy. Quiet! Judge Judy leans forward. Judge Judy. Miss Monroe, look at me. Vanessa slowly looks up. Judge Judy. Do you understand the psychological damage something like this causes? Vanessa crying. Yes, Judge Judy. No, I don't think you do. Silence. Judge Judy. You manipulated grief before grief even existed. You manufactured emotional attachment to a fictional child. That is extraordinarily cruel. The courtroom remains completely still. Judge Judy. This man changed his financial future, emotional priorities, and family relationships because you were afraid of being abandoned. Vanessa sobs quietly. Judge Judy fear explains behavior. It does not excuse it. Ethan stares downward. Judge Judy. Mr. Harper, explain your damages. Ethan hands over receipts. Ethan nursery furniture. Medical expenses she claimed needed reimbursement. Gender reveal costs. Apartment transfer fees. Therapy afterward. Judge Judy reviews documents carefully. Judge Judy. You kept excellent records. Ethan. Because I thought I was preparing for my child. Judge Judy nods slowly. Judge Judy. Miss Monroe, do you dispute these expenses? Vanessa quietly. No. Judge Judy, do you dispute intentionally misleading him? Vanessa, no. Judge Judy leans back. Judge Judy. Well then, Judge Judy, this may be one of the most emotionally reckless deception cases I've heard in a very long time. Silence fills the room. Judge Judy, pregnancy is not a relationship strategy. It is not emotional leverage. And it is certainly not something you fabricate to delay the collapse of a failing relationship. Vanessa cries silently. Judge Judy. Mr. Harper relied financially and emotionally on repeated false representations. The evidence here is overwhelming. Judge Judy reviews the receipts one final time. Judge Judy, I am awarding the plaintiff $8,500. The gallery reacts audibly. Ethan closes his eyes briefly in relief. Vanessa wipes tears from her face. Judge Judy. And Ms. Monroe? Vanessa looks up weakly. Judge Judy. The most disturbing part of this case is not the money. Silence. Judge Judy. It's how many people celebrated a child that never existed because they trusted you. The courtroom becomes completely still. Judge Judy. We're done here, Bailiff Bird. Parties are excused, announcer. Judge Judy ruled that fabricated medical evidence and repeated false claims created clear financial liability. But long after the courtroom emptied, one painful question remained. How far will some people go to avoid being left alone?